Hello, Gun Nation. All right, y'all ready to do this? If y'all can see and hear me, please let me know. I'd appreciate it so much. I know we've got a slight delay. Uh-oh, Daniel, God is my judge, is lurking. Everybody see and hear me? Says we're live, but just want to verify. Hopefully it's a go. All right, thumbs up. I appreciate it. Is that thumbs up you can hear and see me? CZ Life, yes it is. I see him. Okay, I guess we're good to go. Hey Frank, how are you? All right, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. 17 is busy with the house, but I've got some goodies to show y'all. I've been getting a lot of questions on this, and I thought, hell, I'll just show it on the chat. Unfortunately, I can't show guns, but we're going to have fun. But yes, I have had a lot of questions. I'm sure y'all have too. You know, what's the deal with the ammo? When are we going to get it back? This sucks. I've gotten tons of DMs. Where can I find ammo? And yes, ammo sucks right now, trying to find it. So I do agree with that. Matter of fact, I was out of town and just happened to go into an academy. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram. I posted it. I didn't post it on YouTube. Went in and got, they had the Browning. It's the black and gold box of 124 grain, and it's 150 rounds. And was able to pick that up for $31.99 a box. So if y'all have academies near you, you might be able to grab that. It was a 3-box limit. So basically I got 450 rounds for $103 and some change. So pretty happy about that. And that is 124 grain. So that's, basically like $10 a box. So that's really good for 124 grain. Now, I've never shot the Browning ammo, so y'all can tell me if it's good or not. If it is, like I said, I'm glad to have it. Was it a must? It wasn't a must to have it. I'm pretty good on ammo, but if it's just sitting there on the shelf and they had just put it out, so they had plenty of it, and I got there early, just wanted to go in and check because I think they get their deliveries on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. So wanted to go in and try it, and they had it right there, already ready to go. So anyway, got the 3 boxes, and I'll take 450 rounds if it's just sitting there. But good for plinking. Yeah, it's just full metal jacket. I have plenty of defensive ammo, so I'm good there. All right, so looks like it's got a pretty good rapport. Bald and Curious is saying it's good. John Jeffries is saying it's good. Pistol Pete, C. Kim. Let's see here. All right. Now I had some questions I wanted to ask y'all, and it's questions I've been asked. I don't have a bunch of questions, so I'm going to take questions. If y'all have questions, please ask them. But I was asked, everyone knows I'm not a huge Glock guy. There's some Glocks that I like, but I was asked, what's my favorite Glock? So if I have to pick a Glock, what's my favorite Glock? And I would love to know what y'all's favorite Glock is if you have to pick a Glock. So I'll let y'all go, and I'll read out some answers and see what everyone's favorite Glock is. I know a lot of people don't like Glocks, but I'd be interested in hearing. Okay, so Knuckles is saying Browning is made by Winchester, and that's kind of what I was thinking. It was Winchester. I don't know if it's white box stuff or what, but like I said, this is 124. So. All right, Joshua Gaming Channels, Glock 9x19. So I don't know if that's a Glock 19. Glock 27 is Guy Comments. I would probably like a Glock if I ever shot one someday. Pistol Pete. And Music likes her Glock 34. Look like. Bald, his favorite Glock is the one that he sold. G17, G19. Let's see here. CZ Forever. Yeah, I love CZs, but like I said, I've had pretty good luck with my Glocks, and I think most people probably have. Glock 34, Glock 19, Glock 20. Let's see here. G20, 10 millimeter. Glock 45, Glock Gen 1, G17, Glock 17. Yeah, G19s are way too small for my hands. They don't work for me. I definitely prefer the bigger grips. My favorite Glock is the Glock 19X. And of course, mine's a little tricked out, but basically the Glock 45. You know, and if you get the MOS, you can have the optic ready. Glock 42 for a pocket gun. Yeah, Glock 42s. I would prefer to have a 9mm versus a 380, just for a little more punch. I think if you got the Glock 43, you know, you would like it. Glock 42, I've shot them before. They're kind of tiny, but they don't shoot bad for a 380. Glock 69XX. Uh-oh, hadn't heard of that one. Hello, Havoc. Glock 17L and a G40. Yeah, and I've got the Glock 17L, and I do like it. For some reason, the longer that Glock 17, even with the weird Glock angle on the Gen 3, with that long barrel, the sight's set up. But of course, I have it dotted. So, but yeah, I dig the 17L. It's fun, and I am going to be eventually. I've got a buddy that has one, but I am going to be chronographing it to see what kind of velocity I'm getting out of that 6-inch barrel. And plus I've got a comp on mine. So with the comp, I think that's a 1.5-inch comp, might even be a 2-inch comp. So, you know, it's close to 7 inches long, 7.5, 8 inches. I mean, it's a big old sucker, but it's fun to shoot. I do prefer the 19X though, with the length, just because that little tab helps my pinky. All right, let's see here. I have had a lot of questions. I've posted these on Instagram, and you know, the new Harry's holsters. So I wanted to kind of show them to you. I don't know if you've seen them, but this is the new Contender. This is his new competition holster. Now the turboprop. This is your quick adjustment, so you can just turn it. This is an optional feature, and the little orange deals are mine. He doesn't even offer them, so you can buy them from Holster Works, I believe. They're like 50 or 25 cents a piece or something. You can pick which colors you want. They offer all kinds of colors. So I've got some orange, red, yellow, things like that. But, you know, you can notice he's got this really cool look here. It's got the little bit of flaring here. And there's your sight channel. So if you've got like suppressor sights, it'll work. It is an open bottom. So if you're running a comp, because on this particular one, it's for the P07, P09, and I run comps. It is set up so you can put the Safariland ELS. This does not come on it, but it'll hook up to your, tech locks, your competition paddles and things like that. He offers all of these on his website except the Safariland, but wanted to show you the inside of it. And these start at $67, $87, and then you can add some upgrades like the turboprop and things like that if you want to. But man, this thing is freaking smooth as hell. I've been testing them and just dry firing with them. I haven't been to the range yet with them, but I've been dry firing them. And you'll notice it does have like an RMR, and it's a super low cut. So when you put the barrel in there, basically where your ejection port is, that's how low it is. And these do meet, you know, like your USPSA standards and all that good stuff. So, but these are super, super nice. I've got one for the P10C, the Shadow 2, the P09, and the P09 fits the P07. The P10F fits the P10F or your P10C or your P10S, but your S is going to be small in here. But anyway, that is the Contender. So if y'all want to see some more of it, just let me know. And then the new inside waistband is the Singleton. And check this out. This thing's pretty awesome. It does come with your discreet carry monoblock. So these are steel clips. Also, these are the ones, I'll try to show you a good picture. These are the ones that have the inside clip. So you really don't even have to run it on a belt. If you're running it like on fabric, you know, sweatpants or something, it'll clip and it'll definitely hang on there. But it does come with a discreet carry steel monoblock clips, and these things are freaking heavy duty. I mean, they lock on there very well. The claw is optional, but it does have the claw on there, and I'll give you a side view of it. So it's got the different adjustments right here, you know, for your belt that go up under there. You can actually adjust the ride height on these up and down, and the cant, so you can cant it inside and out. But the cool thing is mine is set up for right-handed. And everybody's been bitching about not having left-hand holsters. Look at that. So it is left-handed or right-handed. You just switch it over. And here is your pad. You know, if you want this, it's optional for your wedge, and it is removable. So when you buy the wedge kit, it comes with the Velcro, comes with a large thick pad or a thin pad, and then you can put it where you want it. But these are awesome. Check out this sight channel. It's completely open. So the holster kind of opens this way. So it allows for, you know, your high suppressor sights, things like that. But this thing's awesome. And of course, there's the colors again. Those do not come on there. I have these, and I just kind of want to add a little pop of color to them. And look at this kind of flared, try to show you how these are flared out. I'll show you from that way. Check that out. So, you know, for appendix, super easy to load it, unload it, you know, into the holster and out. But this thing's pretty damn awesome. And these start at like $48.25. And you can use my discount code. It's Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together. And that'll save you 10% off any of these too. So pretty smoking deal. But I've had a lot of people asking questions about it. So I was like, well, what better to show than on a live chat in case somebody needs them or wants them. But let's see here. Sorry, I missed some questions. I just wanted to go over those real quick. If you have any questions on them, I can answer them. Does it come with blinky lights? No, it doesn't. But you can probably add some. I just haven't yet. Uh-oh, somebody's getting hair plugs. All right, let's see here. Let me get right back down here real quick. All right, DC is asking, have I tried the Bull Armory guns yet? No, I have not. Actually, I've looked at them. I think they're freaking awesome. From what I hear, they're good. The SAS-2, you know, the little carry 2011 with the comp on it and the red dot, that's pretty damn awesome. I'm not a fan of the shield optic, so I would change that to a Hollow Sun or whatever else you could get on there. But I think it's pretty badass little gun. I've seen a couple of people run them on videos, and they look like they're super controllable. And, you know, so far so good. The only thing about them is they do have proprietary magazines, so you can't use like an STI mag. You have to buy the mags from them. And I think the gun most of their guns come with 2 mags. And from what I understand, getting mags from them, additional mags, is pretty difficult. So I don't know that to be true. I think their high-end competition guns come with like 4 or 5 mags, but you know, a lot of the 2011s, they only come with 2. So, you know, I would definitely want to have a lot more mags for those things. Let's see here. CW Hunter. Will the inside waistband holster accommodate 1.75 belt? I think this is, and you'll have to check the website. It comes with, I believe this is a 1.5, I believe. But the way that this is made, I want to show you here. The way that this is made, if you can see the ledge on the top up here, it kind of is, it almost looks like a 175 would fit. But check the website. Just go on harrysholsters.com and check the website. And this actually might be a 175 because it does look a little bit wider. However, your clips kind of push in towards the belt up here. So I run them with 1.5s. So I'm not real sure if a 175 will fit. It might. But just double check that, and it'll show you on there which one it has, or if there's something additional. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right, Manny. MBX, I forgot about that. But man, those mags are like, aren't they like $60 a piece, or $68 or $70 a piece? I think they're pretty damn expensive. But IBG has the SAS-2 TAC Commander in 45 and the SAS-2 UL on order. That's awesome, man. I think they're pretty damn cool guns. Hello, MD Polo. How are you, sir? Hello, Bass. Yes, I hope everyone is safe and well as well. So far, so good. And No, it doesn't, Kathleen. It doesn't come with a free competition pistol. I wish it did. But I've checked all the fit and the finish on every one of these that I've gotten. I've looked at all of the edges, and I mean, they're super polished. I don't see anything. You know, I've gotten some, not from Harry, but I've gotten some from other holster manufacturers where I've had to like take a little bit of sandpaper, fine sandpaper, and kind of do some, you know, soft blending on it. But all of these are really super nice. And the cool thing is, like on the back of his holsters, they're already drilled now on his outsides, so you can run the you know, the quick release system from Safariland, the Tech Lock, you know, your paddles. You can run whatever you want on the back of these things. All the mounting holes are there, and you can just hook them up and then change your holsters as you go to the range. Because when I go to the range, my holsters are already, or excuse me, my pistol's already in this holster, and I take my battle belt, and when I take the pistol out, I can just snap the holster on and go to work with it. So that's why I really like using these a lot. Well, Kathleen, that's the thing. You don't have to shoot competition, you know, like if you have a farm or you can shoot outside or whatever. I mean, the cool thing about this, especially if you get the turboprop, is you can just turn this real quick on the fly, and you can have it really, really tight if you want to run around, or you can keep it a little loose just so you can slide it in and out super easy. These little turboprops make it super nice to do that with. Yeah, we all had input on giving ideas and stuff for these holsters. And yes, Humble did give input also. Yeah, Manny's liking his. That's awesome. All right, let's see here. Okay, now another question I had. It was asked to me, what's the loudest gun I've ever shot? Now, I'm taking that, you said gun, so I'm counting rifle, you know, pistol, whatever, but what's the loudest gun y'all have ever shot? Let's see here. Oh, where did it go? That was a good question here. All right, DC's asking, do you think there will ever be a Shadow Compact? Actually, there is, DC. It is made by CZ Custom. Basically, what it is, a tricked out PO1. They're calling it like a mini Shadow, and it's a really nice gun. I have personally have a Sphinx SDP Compact. I've got the modern weapon system kit in it, trigger kit. And it's literally, now mine's threaded barrel, but it's literally with the trigger kit in it, it is equal to, if not the same as my Shadow 2. It is a freaking shooter. The trigger is awesome. But, you know, of course, you had to add the trigger kit, but it's fun as hell to shoot. I don't have a dot on it yet. I can get it milled. I just haven't done that. But anyway, they do make you can go on CZ Customs website and they'll have them. And I think Oak Hills Guns sells them every once in a while. They have them on their site for sale. They're not cheap, but they do have them. Okay. 10.5. All right. So Mikai is a 10.5-inch AR with the flash can off. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty loud. Pretty loud. Yes, I do like my POF a lot. That's the Rogue 12.5 308. I really do like it a lot. And I've shot it quite a bit after I had to send it in for the, you know, the gas key came loose. So they sent me a whole complete bolt carrier group. I sent the other one back, and that's all it was. It was just a bad, and they had staked it. It just broke loose from the staking. Because I showed it on Instagram, the staking prior to it and everything, and it just failed. So far, I think I've got over 100 rounds, 120 rounds through it after the new bolt carrier group, and absolutely no issue. So I do like it. I also have something else from POF that I purchased, and I've got it on Instagram if you want to check it out. Okay, so we got 7.5 AR, 50 cal Smith & Wesson 500. The loudest rifle I've ever shot, or the loudest one I've ever shot, and I've shot like a the 460 Casull or whatever, and it was freaking loud, the revolver. Whoops, excuse me, hang on. I'm back. I've shot the 460 Casull, and it was freaking loud. I have shot a Barrett 50 cal. And you know, it's funny, on the 50 cal, when you're behind the 50 cal, it's not as loud as when you're beside the 50 cal and you're getting, you know, the concussion. But they're loud. But those are probably the loudest ones I've shot. I shot a saw, but I thought the 50 BMG was even louder. But super fun. Let's see here. Any thoughts on the Valor? Are you talking about the Dan Wesson Valor? If you are, I think they're pretty cool. I personally have never shot one, but if that's the one you're talking about, anything Dan Wesson's pretty damn cool. Love the SDP Compact. Yeah, they're great pistols. Barrett 50 cal. Kathleen, you got to change that. Kathleen said she's never shot an AR. Got to change that. Landtac Dragons, yes, I've got a Landtac Dragon on my 16-inch, one of my 16-inch ARs, and it's freaking loud. But man, it's super flat. So it definitely does its job on keeping the rifle down. I really like the Landtac Dragon a lot. Let's see here. Hello, Double B. Yeah, I would agree with Bald. I would agree with Bald on this. Where did it go? Can't go wrong with any Dan Wesson. About as close as you can get to custom gun without the custom price. I would agree with that. Anyone here having problems with the Hollow Sun 507K? I haven't heard of any. I don't own one, Mr. MD Polo, but what kind of issues are you having with it? I'd be interested in hearing what they are. I know a lot of people are having a hard time getting them. Yeah, with the lawsuit, you know, Hollow Sun was sued by Trigicon, and they had to move the buttons around and all that kind of stuff. So I know that they have a re-release coming, I think, at the end of this month, and then some more coming like the middle of next month, like the new 507 or 508 or something like that. Where did that one go? Mutant or the Bren 2 in 7.62x39. Me personally, I would go with the Bren 2 all day. Bren 2 is awesome. And I've seen the Mutant. I've never shot a Mutant. I have shot a Bren 2 fully automatic. I even have a video on it. It was the first Bren 2 fully automatic that was brought into the United States, and I got to shoot it. I've got a video on it. YouTube, you can go back a ways. I think it was about 1.5 years or 2 ago. And they got the very first one in the U.S., and I was allowed to shoot it, and it was freaking awesome. This is a good question. Big J, do you think Smith & Wesson will make a pistol to compete with SIG 365 or the Hellcat? I hope so. I like the new micro pistols for CC. Really, honestly, if you, I don't know if it'll be exactly like that, but I mean, the shield, you know, of course, it holds 8 if you get the 9mm, but then you can put a +2 on it, and that gives you 10, you know, plus 1 in the pipe. I mean, of course, it's thinner. It's not like the staggered step, so to say. It's a single stack, but you know, it does give you 10 rounds. It's not going to give you as much as the 365 XL or the Hellcat, but you know, I don't know if they're going to go that way or not. They might, but I don't know. It's going to be hard to say. They're very competitive in their market, You know, and if you look at like the 3.6, it is wider, but you know, I prefer a little bit bigger gun, like a compact size versus the micro compacts. But you know, there's a lot of people out there that really like them. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. All right. SIG P226 is still saving for Staccato C2. Cool. Yeah, the staccatos, I still have a hard time saying staccato. I just so used to saying STI because that's what they've been known forever. Yeah, Bryn too. IBG saying he don't think he'll ever get rid of any 1911s. I really love 1911s. They're fun. A lot of people, you know, say, "Oh, you're a FUD" or whatever. You know, I know people that I know them personally. They've called me a FUD, and they have never even shot a 1911 ever. And I'm like, you need to shoot my 1911, see what you think about it. You know, oh, that's a FUD gun. I'm like, no, man, it's actually a lot of fun to shoot. But you know, to each their own. MD Polo is asking, Apex trigger for the Hellcat, is it worth it? I have actually seen reviews of people like before and after with trigger pulls, and people are saying that it takes the creep out of it and it gives it a shorter reset and it lessens it by about a pound. And I've shot the Hellcat personally, and if it does what they're saying it does, which most Apex triggers do, I would buy it. I would get the Apex for a Hellcat. I personally would. But that's me. So I was getting a CCW in Texas a long process. No, it's not. Well, you can take your basically your sit down class and then your shooting class. You can do all of that in one day, which way back thousands of years ago. I'm joking, but when I got mine, it was like you had to do your inside class and it was like freaking 12 hours, and then you had to come back the next day to do your shooting. Then you had to go to a place and get fingerprinted and go to another place and get your picture done, and then you had to mail in this big packet. Now you can do it all online, and it's a lot quicker than what it used to be. Now all I have to do is just renew mine, so it's super easy and I can do it online. But it's not hard. I mean, it's super easy. I think you shoot it, if I remember right, it's been so long, but I think it's 5 yards, 7 yards, and 10 or 12 yards. And I mean, it's, you know, like a silhouette target. The shooting's easy. The classroom part is very basic. They go over like your 30-06, 30-07, which means open carry, concealed carry, you know, just kind of some safety laws and stuff. And your written test is like multiple choice. It's real easy. I mean, you know, and a lot of it, if you're a shooter already, you're going to go in and you're probably going to shoot really well. You know, it's not hard. So, and honestly, we shouldn't have to even have a concealed carry license or any of that kind of stuff. Hopefully that gets passed where we can just carry a gun. If you can legally buy one, you should be able to carry one. Mother fudders. They already have one. It's called a Shadow 2. I'm just joking. But hello, Big Al. How are you? Hey, Midas. How are you, buddy? Glad you're going through your treatment and all that, man. Praying for you, brother. Hang in there. We're all behind you, man. Let's see here. Big Johnson Gear. Do you shoot through 57 Magnum 44 Magnum revolvers? I Yes, I actually own a 357, and I've shot plenty of 44, but I do not own a 44 revolver. And I've got 238 specials. They're older, but somewhat custom back in the day. Two of them are from the pro shop, I guess, prior to them even having a pro shop. So they are very early releases. But yeah, they're awesome. 44 Magnum, I mean, yeah, it's got some pop for sure. But not a big deal. 357, not a big deal at all. The good thing about 357, if you're training somebody on it, you can have the 6-inch 357 or 8-inch 357. You can run 38 in it. And buddies, we've loaded, like one 357 and then all the rest 38s. And, they think they're shooting a 38 and all of a sudden that 357 hits and it'll get them if they're not ready for it. What's a better setup, a scope with an offset mounted red dot or a holographic red dot with magnifier? DC, that's really going to be your personal choice. I've got LPVOs and I do have an offset red dot on one of my rifles or my pistols, AR pistols. It's really what you like. I am finding that I like the holographic or the red dots with a magnifier a little more. Simply because, the same with an LPVO, you're going to be looking at a 1 power and your dot is a 1 power. And then you have to turn the dial to your 6 or your 8 for your high power versus your magnifier. You just flip it over. It's kind of the same thing as turning your dial on your scope. It just depends on if you want the full rail with your LPVO on it or you want to compress it with a dot and a magnifier. So it's really up to you and what you prefer. A lot of people say that magnifiers are old school and they're outdated and all this other stuff, but it depends on what you're going to be doing with it and what you prefer. So there's really no right or wrong on that. It's just a preference thing. Depending on magnifiers, some only have a 3 power where your scope would be like a 6 or an 8. But you can get a magnifier that is a 6 power, if you choose to do that. Let's see here. Yes, Pistol Pete, back to blue. Let's see here. All right. Also, if y'all want to check it out on Instagram, it's over there. Links Defense, I've got the new Concord Pistol Bag. I had the custom pistol bag. I still have it. It's a little bit smaller version, but this Concord is the really big version. Man, you can literally put the kitchen sink in this thing, and I've loaded it up and it holds everything. It holds a lot of good stuff. So really, depends on if you want to carry a whole bunch of stuff. But when I go to the range, normally before the ammo crisis, I would take 3 or 4 pistols, tons of mags, a couple of 100 rounds or 300 or 400 rounds of ammo. Ear Pro, Eye Pro, all that stuff. A lot of tools because of the red dot. If I want to adjust stuff, and this thing will fit all of it. Oh, it even fits my paper plates. I can put my paper plates in the side, so it fits all of that too. But really digging this bag a lot. Big Al, that's actually, it probably depends on what kind of stigmatism you have. But what's funny is the red dot, with my stigmatism, the red dot is blurry. And when I put the magnifier on, your magnifier actually has eye adjustment. So you can tune the magnifier in, and it actually fixes your stigmatism. So if you do your eye relief on your magnifier, it fine tunes that thing and it makes that dot crystal clear. Or if it is a 32 MOA or whatever, the sight you have in your red dot, like even on, I'll tell you this, on the Vortex Gen 2 Huey, it's fuzzy as hell, even without astigmatism because it's holographic. But when I put the magnifier on there and adjust my eye relief and lock that in, that thing is crystal clear. So I really do like the magnifiers with the adjustable eye relief. Yeah, Midas, I've got some offset irons, the 45 degree or whatever they are, offset irons. I've got some of those on some rifles, and they do work as long as you actually adjust for your iron sights, like you set those to zero. If you zero your iron sights, even your offsets, and you've got to tilt the rifle, correctly, and as long as those are adjusted, they hit. I mean, I'm pretty surprised how actually accurate they are. Oh yeah, Big Al, on the all the new updated magnifiers, they have adjustable eyepieces. On the old ones, they didn't, but the newer ones they do. So yeah, because I shot a buddy of mine's old magnifier, and it was a real cheap one, and I couldn't adjust it, and it was blurry as hell. But the ones that I have, I've got 3 magnifiers, and they all are adjustable, and they really fine tune it. Let's see here. All right, Big Johnson Guns and Gear, USCCA or Texas Law Shield. I was with Texas Law Shield for about 4 years. I switched to legal. It's Firearms Legal Protection, FLP short, but it's Firearms Legal Protection. I've been with them for about 3.5 years. They offer a lot more features than most of everyone out there. They offer bail, gun replacement, cleanup, which is a hazardous cleanup. They offer a lot of things, and they offer all the states. I think it's 47 states that I can travel in. Because I travel so much, they will actually take care of me in any state, which a lot of other ones don't. They'll just take care of you in the state that you live. And also mine does criminal and civil, because if there's a criminal trial, there's going to be a civil trial. So they will take care of you in both of that. Now, it has to be a good shoot. Like, you just can't go out and do stupid stuff. But if it is, if you're defending yourself, they will do that. And also something that FLP does, Firearms Legal Protection, that none of the others do with any program that you purchase. And I don't work for them, but trust me, I've studied this a lot. They actually will take care of you during red flag laws. So if a red flag gets thrown up on you and, you're accused of something, they will step in and they will actually take care of you in a red flag law, where other ones don't. So that's just something that you might want to check into. But I've done tons and tons of research. And I've even talked to my lawyer about this. Oh, and when you're defended, you're not just defended by a lawyer. He is a gun lawyer. So is a specialized lawyer. So you're not getting like an insurance lawyer trying to fight for you in a gun case. So you're getting the real deal. So just do your research and pick the one that you are happy with. Uh-oh, Bald's bringing up dirty fingernails again. Hello, Kevin. How are you? All right. Anybody excited about any guns that they've seen or anything recently? I haven't really seen anything super spectacular being advertised or shown. Don't know if y'all have. Of course, the DWX. That, who knows when that's coming out? I don't. I know it's not going to be this year. It might not even be next year. I think they're going to be coming out with one, coming out with it. I just think that it's going to be. I think it's going to be put off quite a bit longer. Hello, Kevin. How are you, man? Thank you so much. 43 MOS. Yeah, we talked about the 43X MOS. What was my opinion of it in the 48? I think it's cool. I would prefer personally to, if you already own a 43 or a 48, just to have it milled. So that way you're getting a direct mill straight onto the slide with no plate. Just that the plates bring in an extra failure point. And if you have it direct milled to the slide, you're going to get a lower co-witness, and you're not going to have to worry about a MIM plate, because those plates they stamp out are MIM. They're not forged or anything like that. And if you look at some of them, like even out of the package, and you set it on a completely flat surface, some of them have a little bow to them. So I would want something super flat. You're exactly right, Roman. What you are supposed to say is you are a victim. If you call, you are a victim. All you have to do is give them the location and state you are a victim. You are a victim. That's what you should say because all of those are recorded. DC's asking, do you think 6mm arc will be the new AR standard? To be honest with you, I am not personally. I have seen videos on the 6mm arc. It looks like it's awesome. I've seen X-Ring do some stuff. I think Coda Boy's done some stuff. I think it's awesome, but I personally don't have any experience with it myself, so I don't want to speak. I can only, what the other guys have said. They really like it. It looks like it has less recoil and better for follow-up shots and things like that. I think it is going to become more popular, but I don't have any personal experience with it, so I don't know. FK Bruno 7.5. I think it's an awesome pistol. The ammo is going to be super difficult to find. It's going to be super expensive. I think only FK is making the ammo for it. But I think it is cool that you get the 10mm conversion because that brings it more into, easier play because I still see a lot of 10mm on the shelves. So, but I think it's a pretty cool setup. And being able to have a dot on it is pretty awesome. Ruger Precision Rimfire. Yeah, that's awesome, Bagger Bro. Yeah, the 22s are just fun as hell to shoot. I love mine. I don't have the Ruger, but SHOT Show 2021 coming up. I already got email. Wonder how that will go. Mask and all. They might change it to Shit Show. Yeah, I have a feeling, it's because people are going to be coming from all over the place. How are you going to keep people 6 feet apart inside SHOT Show? That's going to be a feat in itself. So I don't know. And to be honest with you, I bet you a lot of the vendors, because the vendors have to pay to show up there. They have to pay for their booth space and all that. So between, this is my prediction. I bet a lot of vendors do not show up because they're knowing that not every company is going to be showing up there. It's probably going to be less people than they were expecting. It's going to be more stringent. So I don't know. It might not be a full house. I think there could be a lot of people show up to look, but I don't think there'll be as many vendors as there normally is there. Just going to be like when SEMA comes around again, it's probably going to be the same way. Went to my neighbor to pick up his new Smith & Wesson, or went with his neighbor. A new Smith & Wesson Olympic 22 pistol, weighs 56 ounces. It's a monster. Wow. That is a heavy beast. Those are cool guns, though. Very cool guns. Yeah, that sucks, MD Polo. We still have ammo in our area, but it's, I see a lot of 7.62 by 39, tons of it. No 22. 22 is getting pretty wiped out. I'll see 9mm here and there. A lot of 40 caliber still around, 45, 10mm. But even some of that is starting to kind of go. Man, people are going in and just grabbing everything. So that's the thing. Like we talked about way before, it's always better to load up on ammo, and the people who are short this time, please remember when ammo does become available, start putting it back, because if this ever happens again, you'll be good to go. 6.5 Creedmoor, great round. Don't own one, but I've shot one before, and they're pretty awesome. Yeah, that's good. That's the thing. I've seen a lot of dealers, maybe go up a couple of dollars on a box because I know they're paying more for it. But, I've also seen some guys where they're asking like $15 more a box for defensive ammo. I've seen defensive ammo for 20 rounds for like $59 for 20 rounds. And I'm like, really? I'm like, that's freaking crazy. So definitely watch where you shop. Don't let them price gouge you. They're taking advantage of people that don't know any better or that are super desperate, and that's pretty sad. See, Kim, I've bought in 6 months 30 cal M1 carbine Korean plush. Yeah, I mean, if you've got something to shoot it out of, grab it up. Scott got 350 rounds of 40 cal from Bass Pro Shop. I've seen people like a buddy of mine. He couldn't find any 9mm, so he bought 1,000 rounds of 40 caliber. He has a 40 caliber. But he bought that just so he could shoot it and have some sort of, larger amount of ammo. Yeah, plinking rounds, $18.99 a box. I've seen that too. I've still seen some that are like 14 to 16, just for plain Jane FMJ. There's even a range that I went into just to look around because I'd never been in there, and they had ammo, and I was like, oh wow, they got pretty good selection of ammo. Well, there was some ammo I saw, and I was like, how much is that box of 300 blackout down there? And they were like, are you going to shoot here? And I was like, no, I was just seeing what the price was on it. And they said, we will only sell 2 boxes if you're going to shoot here, and if you don't shoot both boxes, you can leave with the 1 box. And I was like, what? And they were like, yep, we're only selling to people who shoot here. So I was like, oh, okay, thanks. I thought that was crazy. IBG, that's ridiculous, man. A bid over 500 rounds of Blazer brass was $730. That's insane. That is insane. Yeah, Underwood is very quality ammo. Yes, I've shot Underwood. I haven't shot Underwood 10mm. I have not. I've shot Underwood 357. I've shot Underwood 9mm, and Underwood. What was the other one? Crap, I can't remember. It was another pistol caliber round, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. I have not shot 10mm though. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're a reloader, and you've got the primers, that's awesome. I know some reloaders that are getting really low on primers though. How are you doing, Bald? Are you doing pretty good on your primers? I was just curious. I'm not trying to be nosy. I was just curious if you've been able to grab any, or you have plenty of them that you've loaded up on in the past. And also let me know on here, how many people reload? I would love to hear who all reloads on the chat. And if you haven't, please give it a thumbs up. Definitely love the thumbs up. Not at all, Indie Irish. Will you hate on me if I say I have 10,000 rounds of 124 grain 9mm? Not at all, man. Not at all. You were prepared, and that's always a great thing. That's what I've been saying forever. Load up on ammo. If you see it and you're in lean, during the good times where ammo's just sitting around on the shelf and you trip over ammo when you're walking back to pick up a fishing pole or something else, grab that ammo at that time, and you never are short. I have a lot of ammo too. I won't tell you how much I have, but I definitely I'm doing okay. But if I happen to walk into a store like I went into Academy and they had the 150 round boxes of that Browning for $31.99, which is basically $10 a box for 124 grain. If it's just sitting there and I've got a 3-box limit and I happen to be in there, I'm going to grab it too. Be crazy not to. Yeah, some of these gun prices and rifle prices are insane. I saw the M&P 15, the AR-15s, just the plain Jane Sport 2s. They're going for $900 now. And, I bought two of them. They're still sitting in the box. I bought two of them like, God, 2.5 years ago. I hadn't even taken them out of the box. And I got them for like $425 a piece. So, and like I said, I've never even opened the box. I'm freaking out a little. I'm down to 40,000 primers. Yeah, I was gonna say Indy Irish is a reloader. I know Bald is, but Dylan 550B. Yeah, I've only reloaded. I mean, myself sitting down and doing it. I went to Humble's place, and he was showing me. I spent an afternoon over there reloading some ammo, and it was pretty cool. I was putting it through the tumbler and washing the brass and doing all that stuff, and kind of walked me, through the different steps, and it was pretty cool. I sat down and pulled the handle for about 100, 150 rounds or something. So it was pretty cool. It was on a Dillon, what is it, the 750? I think it was a Dillon 750. Yeah, I think it was a 750. Either 750 or 650. I can't remember. I want to say 750. Love reloading. Yeah, but that's Havoc. That is crazy for an M&P 15. Mine are the optic ready ones. They're not the A2 post. But I've seen the A2 post and the optic ready ones going for that much. But it's supply and demand, man. People are coming in and just buying them. So yeah, well, and I've been, people have told me that, hey, you ought to get rid of those. And I've got some nice ARs. I'm not saying that the M&P Sport 2s aren't nice, but they're all mil spec and stuff. But my whole point was using them for testing rifles. Just mil spec testing rifles, and just kind of have them as backup if I needed to help somebody out. But I don't know. I don't really sell a whole bunch of them, and they're great rifles. I mean, hell, they work, and they have a lifetime warranty on them through Smith & Wesson. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, CZ Superfan has 1,000 primers. Yeah, well, I was gonna say you'll probably go through that pretty dang quick. Yeah, I still have that rifle. I still have my Saiga 7.62 by 39. It's what's cool about it. It's the 18-inch. It's not the 16. Most of them are 16 inches, but mine's the 18-inch. And but it's the rifle. It hasn't been converted, so it's the one that's legal, no flash hider, and it takes the Saiga mags. It hasn't been converted, but I've had a lot of people ask me to buy that from me. 4 boxes of Remington. Redbird got her 4 boxes of Remington 9mm for $12.59 a box today. Went to a gun show Friday night and they wanted $39.99 for a 50-round box. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. Crazy. Yeah, that's a good deal. $12.59. Grab them when you can. Every once in a while, I'll bump into good deals, but if it's not a good deal, I won't pick it up. I'm not desperate for it. Yeah. Yeah, Rabbi, I remember way back when mags were going for like 65 and $70 a piece and stuff like that, AR mags. And I was like, good Lord, man. That's why you should always have plenty of mags, because usually the first thing to fail is your mags. And people don't always keep an eye on their stuff, but you should also, always have extra bolts for your ARs. A lot of people don't have that, like full bolt carrier group setups, because if the bolt's the heart of the rifle, so it's either going to be a mag failure or a bolt failure. And the little cotter pins, hell, I know people don't even have extra cotter pins, so keep that extra stuff, man. Those cotter pins are super cheap. Now you can buy, and I've got them, it's I think it's a steel, it's like a little push pin, and it's got a round flat edge on it, so it replaces your cotter pins, and these supposedly will never shear. But they're like $6 or $8. I think $6 or $8 for one of these little things, and I bought a bunch of them and replaced my regular cotter pins with them, and they're supposed to never fail. Mine's never failed, but I've never had a regular cotter pin fail either. But I have seen the cotter pins, kind of have some, kind of like little chattering on it, or it looked like chattering. But since I've never had, with this new little pin, I've never seen chattering on these. So I don't know. Have a good night, MD Polo. Appreciate you, buddy. DC, I really don't have any. I don't really know a lot about the adjustable bolt carrier groups. I'm not, I just don't have any experience with them, so I don't want to tell you anything incorrect. I'll really only tell you if I have personal experience with it, or if you find a YouTuber that you trust that has, really put one through the test, definitely. Definitely check those out. Yeah, Rabbi, it's always good to have some extra spare parts. Matter of fact, in a lot of my Magpul grips, that have the bottom, I'll actually even stick, the bolt, just the bolt, not the whole bolt carrier group because it won't fit, but just the bolt and the little cotter pin thing. I'll stick those in the bottom of my grip, along with if it's running like a Vortex or something that takes the CR123 batteries. I'll even stick an extra battery up in there, or a couple extra batteries if I can get them all in there. And if you wrap them in like a little plastic bag, if you just throw them in there loosely, when you're shooting your gun, they rattle around and it sounds like ass. So just wrap them up in plastic and stick it in there and make it so if you wiggle your grip, it doesn't wiggle. And also, I put them in the little Ziploc bag just to kind of keep moisture and stuff from getting in there. Because with the bolt end, I put it in there and I'll put like some lube in there just so it's lubed and I can stick it right in the gun. Knock on wood, I haven't had to use one. I haven't had one break in the field or anything. But I don't shoot. I'll just be honest. I don't shoot rifles like a lot of people. I don't go out and shoot like 1,200 rounds in a day or anything like that where it could fatigue. But just in case, I keep one in there. Have about 10-gallon pails of 9mm brass to reload. Wow, that's awesome. Matter of fact, I need to hook a buddy up with a bunch of brass. I got a ton of brass I need to give him. Do you frequent the gun shows? There's a couple of big ones that I go to, like the Fort Worth Gun Show is a good one. The Dallas Market Hall one's not that great anymore. It's usually just a bunch of junk. There's a couple of them that I'll go to around here, but if I miss one, oh well. I usually just go there to look around and see if there's anything fun and exciting. But the last one I went to during the COVID, everybody was, and I've got a video on it talking about it, but everybody was looking for Glock stuff, and like Redbird said, people were trying to rape everybody on ammo. It was crazy. And that was even really before the ammo was really getting scarce. Let's see here. Brian's asking, what AR-10 6.5 Creedmoor stainless 16 to 18 barrel or quality barrel would you suggest? Probably one that you can find. Right now, I know barrels are very difficult to find. Matter of fact, I've been waiting on some barrels now for over 3 months, but they are specific. But you might have a better chance on finding the 16 to 18. I know Bartlett barrels are super nice. Of course, Proof. These are just quality. I think it's White Oak are really good barrels, but I would just go with a quality name. Faxon makes really good barrels. I'm not really the barrel guru though. But those are some really good names that have been passed down to me. I have a White Oak in my Lancer. I've got a Faxon in one of my competition ARs, and I've never had any issues with them. So I would just look and see what's out there right now. And, make your decision based on that. Really, on your AR-15 running steel ammo, I would definitely, that's what I was talking about with the little bolt keeping in there. You could damage some extractors and break them off because it is a little more harsh on the extractors for steel case ammo, but a lot of ARs will run them. I would just definitely keep the little bolt with the extractor on it back there just in case you shear one off, and that's a quick change. But hell, right now, shoot what you can get. Most of them will run steel case ammo. So, okay, how long did it take? Frank's asking, how long did it take for you to get used to using a red dot sight? Trying one for the first time on my AR, it's R2. I ran red dots on rifles. I've been running them for a long time, but my stigmatism, I found out, I guess it was like a year ago, my stigmatism was getting worse. So they were starting to blister more. But then and I've been running optics on pistols for probably, I guess, a year now or a little over, pretty much every day. I mean, it's on my carry pistols and stuff like that. Really enjoying it. And it's something that does take a little while to get used to. However, once you get used to it, you can always go back to iron sights, because I've shot iron sight pistols since, and I don't really have any issue with it. The thing is when you're shooting a red dot, either on a rifle or on a pistol, you don't stare at the dot. You look through your optic at your target and let the dot get in the way of your target. So don't stare at your dot. Look at your target through the window and let your dot get in the way. New people who start shooting dots, they just stare at the dot. And then they're like, oh, I'm not hitting anything. It's because you're staring at the dot. So just look through the window and just let the dot get in the way of your target. And you'll notice that during transitions, it does become a lot easier when you're doing that. So that's a tip that I could give. And I had to kind of learn that myself too. I was staring at the dot. But once I got over that, it was all good. So, and I would definitely recommend a red dot over iron sights. They're faster for me. I've done a little drill where it was with a timer, and I had the target, the big square target, and I was shooting the four corners as fast as I could, just under a timer. I did it with irons, then I did it with the dot, then I did it with irons, then I did it with the dot. Same day, same ammo, all that stuff. And it was the same gun. It was a P10C with a dot, a P10C without a dot. So it was the same exact gun, and I was much faster with the dot. So that's what I kind of did to also prove it to myself. Yeah, BG, I've heard a lot of that with the Hollow Suns. They've moved everything back, and some orders have been canceled. I've been hearing that also. So, yeah, don't stare at the dot, stare at the target. This is a really good question. What's more important, grip or trigger pull? They both have a lot to do with a good shot. For me, and I'm just going to say for me, I can have kind of a weak-handed left grip or left hand. I can really grip it hard with my right hand and have a weak left hand. And if I have a bad trigger pull, it'll really show up. If I have a weak left hand and just not the exact proper grip, and I have a good trigger pull, like, a really good trigger pull, I can still pull off a really good shot. So for me, I would say trigger pull. That's what I would say. Because think about it. If you're shooting one hand and just gripping it one hand, where you don't even have your left hand on it or your right hand, if you have a bad trigger pull and you're hooking the trigger or you're not pulling the trigger straight back, you're going to drop it low left if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you're going to drop it low right. So I say trigger pull. But I might be incorrect, but I'm just going off myself. Thanks, Roman. I appreciate it, man. All right. Ooh, your tactical gun pose. And then when you shoot, you have to look behind you to make sure nobody's going to jump on your back. Yeah, you have to do that. All right. Well, we've gone about 4 minutes over. If there's any quick questions, I'll try to answer them. I appreciate y'all so much. If you're interested in a Harry's holster, you know, you got the singleton, which is the inside waistband, and it does work for left-handed people and right-handed people. You can go on Harry's holsters and use my code. It's Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, save you 10%. And of course, you've got the Contender, which is the new outside waistband competition holster. If y'all are interested, just had a lot of questions on those, so I wanted to show them. But if I can help y'all in any way, leave your questions below. I'll be glad to answer them after the chat. Hit that thumbs up. I definitely appreciate it. Appreciate all of y'all spending your Wednesday evening with me. It could be a delay for 17. You know, if not, we might get a guest on, you know, if y'all are bored of seeing me, and we'll try to make it more fun. But I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all all have a great night and carry on. Take care, everyone. Be safe.